leaves, sticks, whatever. Right? Around the buffalo's neck, there's a rope on it to keep it in place where the rice field is at. Because they use a water buffalo to tend the fields, right? So David thought it was a good idea to yank the rope, right? To yank the rope and make the buffalo face him instead of my cousin Jojo, right? So all this time, I'm just standing behind and watching what's about to unfold, right? And I was like, this is stupid. Right? So as he yanked the rope, the water buffalo decided to face him. And as soon as the water buffalo started to move his legs, right? David decided to run, see if he can outrun it. So he did an about face. It just so happened, as soon as he did the about face, the water buffalo charged at full speed, right? All I saw was David flying about 10, 15 feet in the air and landed about 20 feet from me, right? At this point, I'm nervous and I was worried. And my cousin and I were like, hey dude, we messed up, right? Mom knows we're supposed to be at school, but we're not. We're all messing around. We cut classes, right? And now, oh my God. So as we get closer to David, he got up and just got up and dusted himself off and says, I'm cool, right? So as we went back home, I'm like, man, I don't know what I would have done if Mom would have found out. But eventually my mom found out, and being Filipino and all, we're very, she's very into discipline, right? So we got discipline. This is where we get to know moments and healing moments, right? So that's what I remember David about. And there's a lot more to it that I could tell you, right? And I wish that I have an opportunity to get to know you, to hear the stories of my brother, right? So let me go finish up my eulogy for my brother. Friends, loved ones, family. It is an honor, privilege for me to pay tribute to a very special person. My brother, David Rafael Vinarao. My name is Alvin Rafael Vinarao. I am David's older brother. He was remarkable in so many ways. He lived his life to the fullest, touched so many people during his time here with us, and as evidently by so many of you here today. Sue, Nanami, Ronald, I love you guys. As I began to reach out for the right words to express my thoughts about my brother David, I remember the many valued, meaningful roles that David played throughout his life. First and foremost, I see him as a family man. He loved his family profoundly. He was a devoted husband, son, father, uncle, brother, godfather, stepfather, and a friend. Looking back, he was always a family man. David was a comfort to our mom, my brother Ronald, and his own family. He was so devoted to them that I always feel good and very proud of him. I always knew he was there watching over them. He was very respectful and loving and a caring man. David took all the roles in his life to heart. He strove to honor, support, and guide, and most importantly, protected his family. He was at his happiest when he was surrounded by his family, especially reconnecting with his eldest daughter, Nanami. Even those inevitable thoughts that time will throw something at you, David will always just dust himself off and stand up. His devotion to his family was the foundation of his action, the anchor that defined and shaped his life. As I turn the next page of David's life, I see David, the friend. He was a good friend to so many. He would be counted on, depended on always, whether you needed simple advice, an empathic ear, a shoulder to lean on, or a companionable silence, a listener, if you will. If all you wanted was to pass time, a fishing buddy, he was your man, ready, willing, and good fun. As I look at the faces in this beautiful place, I see many family members and friends. And I know you two will miss the friendship that David brought into your lives. I'm sure you all will remember him in your own very special way. As I continue to turn the pages in David's life, I see David, a man defiant, unwilling to settle for less. He lived a principled life, underpinned by a strong sense of right and wrong. David was not a cruel man. He wanted his children to understand that nothing can be gained from holding a grudge or leaving any issue that was very wrong and unclear. He spoke out when it really counted. His strong principle did not allow him to let something wrong stand unchallenged. David cared enough to act, to follow through. He never let anyone or anything stand in the way of making things right. We can only imagine how much more he could have accomplished in his life if it were not this tragic event that happened to him. Another page is turned. I see him as a respected citizen. He shared his expertise with anyone who listened. He worked hard consistently, and he remained a student of life. My brother never stopped learning, especially through his loving wife. He achieved all his goals and even got his bachelor's degree. He never sat back and became complacent. He led by example. He mentored his friends, cousins, extended family, and brothers in a way that any one of them can say that he was an inspiration in their lives. As I turn the page again, I come face to face with David, a man of passion, a dedicated supporter. He remained keen sportsman who loved fishing. He would try again to catch the big one, which you all saw in the picture today. That was the old David. The newer David has difficulty trying to catch a fish, even though he has his own boat. So Ronald and I will always make fun of him for not catching a big one, right? He has a boat. Where's the fish, right? You're gonna catch one, right? But he was always tell us, you know what? I'm gonna get better at it. And he was always proud of his strength for not giving up. We would listen to our stories and experience, and he would say, boy, I will catch the big one. Just wait, guys, I will catch him, right? I know that if you had given the chance, he would have caught the big one. The catch of a lifetime, that's what we call it. But looking at it from the hindsight, he already catch that catch of a lifetime, and that is his wife, Sue. David, brother, it is very hard to say goodbye. So we will just say, so long, and we'll see you again. The pages of your book will never be closed. Just as the pages of our friends and families that went before you. Their pages are not closed either. We will remember you through the many people still left behind, whose lives you touched so positively You may not realize it, but you leave an amazing legacy behind. Your brothers, your cousins, your extended families, your beautiful daughters, and your friends. They are your legacy. Through them, you leave this world a better place when you found it. And for that, you have to be very proud. David, brother, we will miss you. We love you. You will always be in our heart and in our memories. We will always remember you with respect, admiration, and love. Always and always. Your memories, through your memories, through our memories, you will live on and on and on. Through our hearts, you're in our hearts, you will love eternally, forever. I love you, David. Rest in peace, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan, for the heartfelt words for your brother. I know Dave would be proud. From Sue's siblings, they asked me to say a few words that they had drafted. We didn't feel that they had the ability to stand before our group without breaking down and crying. So, from Sue's siblings, I had the privilege of knowing David as my brother-in-law, but to me, to all of us, he was so much more. He was a true brother and uncle to our family. From the very beginning, David felt like family. Not because he had to, because that's who he was. He welcomed our family, our cousins with open arms and his heart. If you ever knew David, he was very embracing. He was so sweet and gentle. David truly had a heart of an angel, kind, gentle, and full of love. He cared deeply and fiercely, and always put others before himself. My sister often said that he was a gentle soul. Yet, as she would say, he carried the spirit of a warrior and his quiet determination. And there was his gift for making people smile. David knew exactly how to lighten the mood. His humor and his laughter, being around him, felt easy. And I'm sure some of you saw that in the videos when he was just being himself around family. Losing David has left a space in our family that can never be filled. Our hearts are heavy, and the pain of his absence is deep. But alongside the pain is immense gratitude for the love he gave us, for the laughter he shared, and for the memories that will live on forever of us each